everyone, welcome back to RTS or Record the Story, whatever you want to call us, and also to welcome back to our SOS series. Now this is video number 5 in our SOS series, and this is the last part of the series. And so what we're going to do is talk about a little bit of how we're going to bag all of these collections and tag all these, how we're going to track them, how we're going to find them, and then also to some other resources you can go to for this type of concept. Okay, so SOS series stands for Sampling of Supplies, and that is where we take a few items from new collections or old collections, just anything that you see that you want, but perhaps you don't want to spend all of that money for the whole collection. You can just get a sampling of that collection, pair it with what you already own, and then just have fun with it. And then of course at the end of the day, you're saving a lot of money doing it this way. And I've done it this way for a long time, and I was telling my subscribers that the reason why I started doing it this way was because I was running out of room for paper, because paper is my main gig. I love paper. Of everything in this hobby, paper is my favorite thing. I think a lot of us would say that. And so then I wanted to get collections. I no longer needed to spend $15 to get the mood and feel of the collection. So I would just buy a piece of paper here, piece of paper there, and then I would feel like I had the collection. So that was the whole purpose of showing the series, because you can do that. You can just get a sampling of supplies on a budget, because I'm going to show you in just a minute how much I spent for all of this, and then save yourself some money, but yet you're getting new things to play with. So it's a win-win situation when you want to save some money but get the new fun things to play with. Okay, so in this series we showcased 11 manufacturers with 33 collections. I mean, that in and of itself is a lot, because I wouldn't say most people buy 33 collections from Creativation, but I will tell you that most of us would buy 33 collections over a period of a year. So it's not that far-fetched to think that we would spend that much, because back in the old days when releases came, you had the whole year to buy them. That's not the way it is anymore. So again, it's a win-win. You can get those new items when you see it, and then pair it with what you already have. Okay, so I want to show you, now this is my Cartabella, and so when I talk about how much I am going to, how much I spent and how much I saved, I'm going to be basing it on 30 collections, not 33, because my 3 Cartabellas, which is my baseball, my cartography, and then my flower market, those I did not build into kits, okay? Those are just simply going to go with some other places in my, in my paper. And I talked about that in video number 4. Okay, and first of all, I need to say something. First of all, thanks to Kathleen, first of all, for sponsoring this series. She's the one who gifted me this, a cherry on top gift certificate. She said, do something fun with it, and then we bounced back and forth about this series. And so, yes, I want to thank Kathleen for that, and I want to thank all of you for the huge response of this series, because it definitely is a way to save money, and then also showing how to build kits in different ways. You can do it. There's no wrong way to build a kit. You can do it. Okay, so of those 33 collections, I'm going to be showing 30, and I had 4 videos, and so I bagged them up according to how I did my videos. Okay, so I have 4 of these bags. Okay, now there's one. I'm just going to give you a visual here for a minute. There's one big bag. There's another big bag. Okay, here's another big bag. And I'm telling you what, these bags are, okay, now that's just 3, okay? And then here's the other one, which is even fuller. This is even bigger than the other. This is the biggest one, okay? And so what I did was, in those videos, whatever collections I had in those videos, I just bagged them up. And so what did I do? You can see that I would take the embellishments, and then I'll just show you. Let me move one here. But that is all those 30 collections, already kitted up, all ready to be played with, and on a budget. I mean, that, just wait till you hear how much I saved. Yes, how much I spent versus how much I saved. Huge. Okay, so what I would do is I would take the papers. Okay, and first of all, I got asked this question again this week. These bags are just from the Dollar Tree. Any bag will work. Just make sure you get something that's bigger than 12 by 12, because your paper is 12 by 12. So these are 15 by 15. And then also too, I will have a link below that there is a company called Clear Bags, and one of my Canadian scrapbookers, she said that that's where she was getting some. And so I have bought from Clear Bags for several years, but I haven't ordered anything from them lately. But what I did when I was hosting crops and selling product and teaching classes, those are the bags I use for kits and things like that. And so it's basically the same thing, it just didn't have a handle, and I will have that link below. It's called clearbags.com. But in Canada, my lovely subscriber said that that's where she was getting some. So this isn't available probably in Canada. So that would be another resource. But again, 3 for $1, very, very cost effective. Okay. And so any bag will do, just as long as it's bigger than 12 by 12. Even a Ziploc brand bag that you get at Walmart will work. Just make sure it's bigger than 12 by 12. And I think they have to be the jumbo or the extra large size. So just read your size of bags. And so I would just open the bag. And so then my paper is just divided by copy paper. This simple right here. So I just have my paper stacked on top of paper, divided by copy paper. Yes. And then all my embellishments, what I could bag up. And then what I would do is then I wrote down wrote on the bag, it says, "Hello baby girl, I love summer floral." That's just my florals, and then I love summer, and then anything that I knew went with that, I just put it in the front here. And so it's not really hard to figure out what goes with what. And then the beauty is, just because I might have earmarked it for that collection, I could play with all of this together. Just put it on the table and play with all of it. But I did label the individual embellishment bags so I would know which collection it went with, okay? So, and I just numbered them, I think 10, 11, 12, and 14, and I will show you how I'm going to track them. And so that is just what I did. Whatever was in video 1 is in a bag, whatever was in video 2. And I didn't do it by, so basically the manufacturer stayed together. So I kind of did it that way. Because, you know, with a lot of manufacturer, playing with the same color tones is easy because they use the same color tones in their collection. So that's just what I simply did. I just bagged it up, gave it a little bit of a name there on the embellishments so I could, in a quick manner, see where it went. And I did that 4 times. So that's all I did as far as bagging them. Just using bags. Absolutely. Okay. I mean, that is quite, I mean, just look at this. I open this up and there's what, 6 or 7 collections right there in one bag. I mean, I just love that. Yes. Okay. But I'm going to show you how I can see what's in those bags in just a minute. Okay. Now, I will tell you, I love plastic bags for storage. The only thing I don't like is how they slide. But I think, honestly, I think that's true with any type of storage. It all slides. Okay, so how am I going to tag them and track them? And you saw that I gave them a number. So what I have here is, this is my kits and my paper pads, and I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. So if I come to number 10, because that's where I started, and you'll see that I just have a photo, and basically it would probably be the snapshot you saw at the end of the videos, and I just used those snapshots, and that gave me a representation of what that kit looks like, what that kit, and so this is all in bag 10. See, they have the number 10? They're all in bag 10, okay? And so I can quickly look, that's in bag 10, that's in bag 10, these are in bag 11, and so forth and so on. And so each one of those kits have a number, and I just put them in order, you know, just to number my kits in order. And you'll notice there's 12, there's 12, there's 12, there's 12, okay? And then there's 14. Okay, so you'll notice that I don't have a number 13. I'll just give you a little bit of a tidbit. When I do anything when it's numbering, I skip over number 13 and I skip over number 666 if I ever have to go that high. And you know why I do that. But for 13, I never use that number. Even when I numbered my paper pads, I didn't do number 13. I always skip over number 13. Does anybody else do that when you're numbering things in your space? So, of course, when I want to look for a kit, I will just simply look through and find the kit that I want. Okay, and then I'll just go, I know which bag to go to, because for my bags, I just simply have them with a number. They're lined up in numerical order in my closet, and it's just that simple. So I now have access and the tracking of these 30 collections, because 3 of those Cartabellas, they went someplace else. I have all 30 of them right here. And so now that is a lot better than having to pull out a bag and guesstimate what's in the bag. I now have that representation right here, okay? Now in this photo, does this show me everything that's in that kit? I don't need that. I just need that representation, okay? So right there is 11, 11. There's my 2, that southern, down south southern collection in that farmhouse, and just that Kaisercraft, just all of that. Very, very fun. Okay, so that is how I am bagging them, tagging them, tracking them. Yes, and I'll talk about more about this in just a minute. Okay, so now let's talk numbers, because that is what this is all about. Sampling of supplies, saving money. The wallet is sending out the signal. How much did we save? Okay, well, first of all, I said that we had talked about 11 manufacturers, 33 collections, and 30 of those 33, everything but 3 of them I turned into a kit. Okay, so I mean, I have over 30 kits to play with for the summer. I mean, sign me up, hallelujah. I'm just excited. Yes, that's very fun. So if I would have took those 30 collections, those kits that I made, if I would have bought them, okay, and so I'm going to take a baseline figure of $14.99 because that's average. Now you can see that in my kits I added more embellishments than you would get in a collection pack, you know, for that $14.99, but I just use that as a ballpark figure, okay, because I'd much rather be low than be high. So if I would have bought 30 collections at $14.99, and again, 30 collections at one time seems a little high, but over the year, 30 collections is not, that's not a big jump. A lot of us buy at least 30 collections for a year. At least I did in the heyday when I was shopping. Okay, so I would have spent $448.80. Yes, $448.80. Now, doing it the SOS way, okay, with everything I showed in videos 1 through 4, how much did I actually spend? Okay, now you know I have this times 4. Okay, I have 30 new kits to me, you know, new to me as far as a kit, a collection. Okay, I spent $34.97. Yes, so I spent $35. Well, 3 pennies less, $34.97, and I'm going to talk about that in just a minute, about ordering at a cherry on top. And so really, I saved $413.83. Now, some people would say, well, you wouldn't buy 30 collections at one time. Most of us know. But over the year, when CHA and Creativation rolls around, over the year, I would have easily spent that amount of money, if not more, for new collections. So doing a sampling of supplies, just getting a paper or a sticker sheet or an embellishment pack from that collection to get that mood and feel of it, to get a little bit of a touch of it, and play with the new and trendy stuff, because basically, for most new collections, it's just a new color scheme. There really hasn't been anything new on the market for some time. So it's basically a color scheme you're playing with, or a different theme, or just pairing different supplies together. So yes, I saved $413.83, and I only spent basically $35. So yes, that is definitely scrapbooking on a budget, giving yourself a certain amount of money to spend, getting a sampling of those new collections, those new things that are hitting the shelves, pairing it with what you already have, and then in conjunction, shopping at a place that gives you free shipping over a certain amount, a website that gives you a discount on pre-order, and then also to a discount if you get frequent shopper rewards or reward points. So all 3 of those things, the free shipping, the 20% off, 10% off, 15% off, and then also to cashing in those reward points, all 3 of those indeed give you more product for that budget, you know, that certain amount of budget you set for yourself. And then the other thing I wanted to say with that, now when I did this SOS series, I pre-ordered everything around Super Bowl time, so that's what, the beginning of February. And when you pre-order, please consider that it's going to take at least probably a couple months to all these manufacturers get these things on the shelves. You're not going to get it in 2 weeks. It's about 2 months. So you're pre-planning, okay? But then you're also prepaying, and you set yourself on a budget. So I did that and knowing that I was going to get spring and summer releases. But now if that is not your thing, and you basically want maybe some darker colors, you want more seasonal, the fall, the winter, and Halloween, then wait and do this type of concept at the end of the year, when those pre-orders start hitting the shelves. So you can do it that way. Or if you want to just put yourself on a budget for the spring, a budget for the fall and winter, you can absolutely do that. But when you do pre-order, I know a lot of people don't like doing that because you have to wait. But then you get that 20% off. So you're still going to get it when everybody else is. You're just paying it ahead of time. So that's what I wanted to say. Now, when I was building those kits in those 4 videos, there was 2 or 3 things that I used basically every time I went to build a kit, and I wanted to show what they were. One of them was my catalog binder. Okay, now I will have a video linking below talking more about this, but this helps me not only look, I have my punches here, And then I have my embossing folders, and then I have my slice machine. For some of you, that would be your Silhouette Library or your Cricut. I'm still old school using what I have. And then also to all of my dies, okay? So when you have something like this in one reference point, this will help you realize you don't need everything that a manufacturer's collection shows. I don't need every embossing folder. I don't need every punch. I don't need every die, because I already have such a nice inventory of items. So a catalog binder will really help you not only save money, but then it will help you build kits in a much better manner too. So I will have that video linked below. And then also having my paper pads. And of course up front here I showed you, that's where I have my kits, but all this here is my paper pads, and I'll have the video linked below showing you how I organize my 12 by 12 paper pads. And then again, I can look in a quick manner, say if Pebbles came out with a new line. Okay, and so then I was looking at it, well, I basically have that Pebbles line, I have that Pebbles line, and then you would say, oh, well, maybe I only need this sheet, or I only need that sheet, because a lot of times designers, they kind of follow the same type of style. So that helps you save money too. And then also too, when you're building a kit, it helps you to see what you have and where you have it. That, I can't say that enough. Like for this Heart of Home, I have a number 2 here because I have 2 of those. I didn't know I even had 2, but I love it, so I'm not sad over that. But then this helps you to save money. You already see, maybe you already have something similar, so maybe just getting one new piece, pairing it with what you already have, then it just makes everything fresh and fun again. I can't say that enough, because you can see in videos 1 through 4, I used a lot of different papers, and knowing where to go to get those papers is a big help. And then also too, I will have a video linked below about how I have paper categories, and that helps too when building kits. I will have that video linked below. Okay, so now I want to show 2 resources here. Okay, and these 2 resources I think are the best place to go if you want this type of concept of sampling of supplies, but you want to save some money, but yet maybe you don't want to do it on your own. I'm going to share a couple things here. So the first one would be the scrap room. Okay, now this is exactly how the scrap room would come. Now this is a kit club, okay, but this is exactly what this kit club basically does. It's a sampling of supplies at a low cost. There's no commitment, and I think this is what makes the scrap room so different than basically a lot of other kit clubs. You can sign up and just do it for 1 month. You can do it for 3 months, 4 months. Say you just want spring and summer, and then when Halloween and Christmas comes around, you want to stop it for 6 months. You can do that. Rochelle and the gang over there really have this down pat as to what they're doing. And first of all, I need to say another thank you to my subscribers who have been signing up for the scrap room and telling Rochelle and the scrap room you've heard it from here, because Rochelle sent me this kit, and so she did that just as a thank you. So thank you, ladies, for telling Rochelle this is where you heard about the scrap room. So the scrap room is basically a sampling of supplies, and this is what it is. Okay, there's 4 sampling of supplies, 4 sampling of collections, and of course, look at that, Simple Stories, Echo Park, Crate Paper, and of course, Cartabella. Okay, and so then with those sampling of papers, you also get a sampling of embellishments. So for here, there's some die cuts and stickers, some die cuts, and there's layered stickers and some die cuts, and there's a whole 12 by 12 sticker sheet for that one. Okay, and then also in with that is cardstock. So why is this such a great kit club? First of all, it's that sampling. It's getting that feel, that the new trendy stuff, but on a much smaller scale, and it's affordable. So for something like this, it is $26, of course, then with shipping. But if you just want to try this one time, just to see what it's like, it's $29. That's affordable to try a kit club, and there's no commitment. Even if you sign up for it, you just get it for 2 months, you can do that, okay? And then also, too, they have another option where you can do something like this on a smaller scale, and it's $16, okay? So I will have the links below for that. This is called the Scrap Room. Definitely need to check this out. So when you would get this sampling of supplies, say for this Simple Stories kissing booth, you could take this, and these are all come in individual envelopes, and then not only do they come in these envelopes, then they come into a bag. So even the bagging is already done for you. I mean, I just can't say enough about Rochelle and the scrap room. So if you open this up, there are some embellishments, there's some papers, and then there's the cardstock. So then what you would do, then you would simply go to your own inventory, or your own stash, your own collection of supplies, and you add to it, okay? And I know there's another piece of paper there. I mean, and then that's what you do. So you could add, you could go by colors, you could go by theme, and then just like we showed in all those videos, you could just do it a variety of ways. You could just pick out more florals, okay? Pick out more black and white, more pink, more coral, more stickers, more embellishments, and just have fun with that, okay? So you could take this small sampling of supplies from this Flavors of the Month kit and make it even bigger, and this kit could last you more than just a month. You know, you could say this would be a double page or 2 page. You could add some cardstock. I could stretch that to 6 pages if I needed to be. So again, I can't say enough about the Scrap Room. I think their concept is right on point. And then for the cost, $26. Yes, absolutely. Okay. And then with that, not only do you get these 4, now this is Flavors of the Month, okay? This is the $26 one. If you wanted the same type of thing, but on a smaller scale, basically just 2 of these, okay, then that would be the DoubleShot. And I will have the links below for that, and that one's 16, okay? So that would be half of this, okay? So if you don't want all 4 of them in 1 month, you could just do 2. Then what they also do is that they give you layout ideas, they give you recipes, and I wanted to show that because I had them all laying here, okay? So they give you a listing of what is in your kit, okay? Flavors of the Month kit. And then you get a certain code, you like a passcode, and you get to go on there, and then you get to see, let me see if I can find the simple stories. And then you get to see how the recipes. So basically layout ideas, and then with the measurements and the cutting instructions and the page assembly. I mean, yes, they got it all going on. Then they have layout ideas, and then they have an active website, and then they have people sharing all the time. I mean, you see what I'm saying? They've been doing this since, what, 2008? They know what they're doing. Yes, the Scrap Room. I can't say enough about this. It just is absolutely a wonderful way to get new, and this isn't old stuff. This is new stuff, and then they already pair it together for you, okay? And then you don't have to do the shopping. You just have to do the adding if you wanted to, and then get busy scrapbooking. Yes, absolutely. Again, all the links will be below. And again, thank you, Rochelle, for sending this kit as a thank you for my subscribers signing up for the Scrap Room. So thank you, ladies, for signing up and telling Rochelle you heard it from here, because this is what she did. She sent me a kit to say thank you. So thanks to everybody for that. Now, the other thing I want to talk about, the other resource, is Scrapbook Generations. Okay. Scrapbook Generation, no S, but I say Scrapbook Generations, okay? And so what I wanted to show is that there's 2 things that Scrapbook Generations, if you've never heard of them, I want you to look into them, and I've used both of them for years, okay? And one of them is they have a kit club called Super Sketch. Now, back in the day, it used to be called Super Saver, but it's now called Super Sketch. And so basically, this gives you a sampling of supplies to make 5 double page layouts. That's 10 pages. Or if you want to do the 7 double page layouts, you can opt up for that, okay? So it's 28 or 38, however you want to do that. And so then, of course, everything that you need in there is your, they give you the sketches, and then they give you photo instructions. It just is a great kit club, okay? Very affordable, and again, just the same as the Scrap Room, there's no commitment. You're not locked into anything. I think that is the best thing, because everybody's in different seasons. We may only want a kit for 4 months. We may get it only want it for 3 months, or you want to get it for 8 months. You're not locked into anything. You can cancel at any time with Scrapbook Generations and the Scrap Room. Now, Scrapbook Generations also has other kits as well, but I think your best bang for your buck is this Super Sketch Club. I want to keep saying Super Saver because for years that's what it was. And it's just, you're getting that sampling of supplies. Someone else is doing the shopping, but then also too, they're giving you the inspiration because they're giving you the sketches. They're giving you the details. They're basically telling you how to cut the papers, how to assemble it, and just get the busy playing, all on a budget. And then also the new stuff. So I want to say that. And then the last thing I want to talk about with Scrapbook Generations with this SOS concept, this sampling of supplies, is that they have something called the Bankit program, okay, or Bankit shipping. And so I use this for years. Okay, so in a nutshell, what it is, it doesn't matter if you want to order 1 piece of paper or 2 or a collection pack, whatever you want to order, you can just order whatever number that is. And for me, sometimes it would just be a couple pieces of paper, or it would be maybe just one collection pack, or just one embellishment pack, or one brad pack. And then I would just go in and I would buy that one item and I would hit bank it, and then they hold those items. It's like a layaway program. Okay, and so they hold those items, and then once you get to a certain threshold, it's now $99, and they just automatically send it to you. It's like magic. They just send it to you. You don't even have to do anything. And then what happens is when you're banking it, okay, say if you go in and you want to buy those 2 new Pink Fresh papers that you really, really want, just 2. You go in, you buy those 2, and you hit the bank it program, and then now you pay for them at the time, okay? But then they will hold that, and then you save on shipping, okay? So it's the SOS, it's a sampling of supplies, but then you don't have to pay shipping every time you want that. And I did that for many years, because when I started to have to cut back on the amount of paper or the amount of supplies, I would just go in. And when Scrapbook Generations did this, I thought this was revolutionary, because this really afforded me the way to shop on a budget and still get the new things. Okay, I didn't have to pay shipping. Now, if you don't want to wait till you get to that $99 threshold, say maybe $50 is your threshold, then you can just go in and hit send it to me now. You pay that $7.99, which is affordable shipping, and then you can get that whenever you want to. You don't have to wait till $99. It's up to you. But again, I love that. That is getting a sampling of supplies, but you don't have to buy the whole collection. You get 1 piece of paper here. Next week you pick up another piece of paper. Next week you pick up 3 pieces. So this is a way to get this sampling of supplies, and you just keep looking what's coming in, what's new. This isn't pre-order. This is when it hits the shelves, and then they hold it for you. Okay, so it's a little different than a cherry on top. Again, the links will be below for the Scrap Room and Scrapbook Generations, of course. Now, they have a lot of other kit clubs, so you can look into that, but I think your best bang is this bank it program to do the sampling of supplies. But now if something like that makes you want to go and then you think, oh well, I'll just add this and I'll just add that, but you have that budget, you have to keep that in mind too. But I will tell you, this bank it program saved me a lot of money for shipping, getting the new items. Yes, okay, so those are the 2 things I wanted to talk about. So then the other thing I wanted to talk about is here at RTS, if you are interested in this SOS concept sampling of supplies, we have a series going on now called Kit Crunch, and it's basically the same thing. It's just that it is on a monthly basis, and it's seasonal. So we take a couple items, $3 or under. We do something seasonal with it, and then we play with it for the month in their start to finish videos. So definitely check out that playlist. That's called Kit Crunch. And then also too, if you want to save some money, we have a playlist called Reduce the Spending. Yeah, we have a lot in that. And then also too, if you want to learn something new, we have a playlist called Revamp the Skills. That's really fun. And then if you want to more building kits, definitely look out the playlist Ready to Scrap. That is where all the kit building videos are listed, and there is a lot in there. Yes. Okay. And then of course, organizing. I'll have the videos linked below for the catalog binder and also too for my kits and paper pads. But then you also can check out the playlist called Rearrange the Stuff. You will be there for weeks looking at all those videos. We've been doing a lot here in the past year. Yes. And with that, thank you to my subscribers. We hit over 5,000 subscribers. Oh, that's just awesome. Even though that's not a goal of mine, the number of subscribers is not a goal. As long as I have 12 lovely people to scrapbook with, my heart is blessed. So thank you, ladies. 12 times 12 times 12. Absolutely. Okay. So once again, thank you, Kathleen, for sponsoring this wonderful series. I really appreciate that. And then also too, I think it really helped other people to see you can get the new stuff. There, you absolutely can get the new stuff. You do not have to spend that $15 price tag to get that whole collection pack, to get the feel of that collection. Absolutely. Okay. And then also too, a lot of my subscribers said, could we do this again next year? And possibly, we probably could, because I don't know what my spending freeze will consist of in 2020. So we maybe absolutely could do that. It's just that now I have this to play with. Look at that. And I have this to play with. And yes, that is 30 collections. 30 collections! And I spent $34.97 thanks to Kathleen and her gift certificate. So again, all the links that I talked about will be listed below. And if you have any questions, list those below. And then also too, enjoy the SOS series. And I would say there's a lot of information in those videos, so go back and look at them when you're building kits if you want to see different ways of building kits and also different places to go for inspiration of building kits. It is all in that SOS series, so I will have the links below for all of those 4 videos. Okay, so that is all I have for today. I'm so glad you enjoyed this series. I had fun taking some new things and then just seeing how much you can absolutely save by getting a sampling of supplies. Absolutely. Again, what did I spend? $34.97 with a 20% pre-order, and then also to free shipping and cashing in some of those reward points. But there's other places that do that too, but I like the pre-order. I really do. Add a cherry on top. I really like that option. So you see with those, even with Scrapbook Generations, you can do the bang it and get it when it hits the shelves and you know you got it, or do the pre-order and then you know you got it. You just have to wait for it. So, okay, so that's all I have for this SOS series. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the wonderful comments. Thanks for all the encouragement. And then also too, maybe we'll do it again next year. Yes, absolutely. So that is all I have for today. Come back to RTS because you never know what we're gonna do. Bye.